What's up, you guys? Hicks here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be explaining to you guys what happened to my channel and how much I got paid for the most viral video I've ever made. This is 10 million views on one vlog. Real quick before this video starts, first off, smash the like button on it if you enjoy these educational content videos. And second, leave your guesses in the comments below. How much do you think I made off of this one video? I think the answer is gonna surprise a lot of people, but what I want you to do is get in the comments, leave your guess, and then edit it after you leave the comment and you're done watching, and let me know if you were close or if you were not anywhere in the ballpark of what you thought the amount would be. I'm gonna heart everybody's comment who leaves a guess and then edits it and post the reaction to what the guess is versus the answer. So I'm excited to see what you guys think. And also make sure to subscribe if you have not. I plan on posting more of these educational type videos. 10 million is like that magic number. Like a lot of people who make YouTube channels, they end up getting subscribers and eventually they hit the 1 million mark and it's like a big deal. I've hit that a few times and I've only had one video that hit 10 million. That second one is actually on its way to hitting 10 million, but I only have one that has that 8-digit mark. And I feel like it's a really big accomplishment. There's very large YouTube channels out there that don't have a video with 10 million views. So it's something that's difficult to achieve. The way I did it, I literally don't know how it managed to happen. Like, I'll explain to you guys the context behind this video in a little bit and what was going through my mind when it happened. But all I can say is like, it was the last video I expected to go stupidly viral. Like at that point, I could say it's viral. Nowadays, 1 million views, like there's some people who get 1 million views every day. Every time they post, they get 1 million views. 10 million, that's like, it's a lot of reach. Basically, it means a lot of people saw it, they shared it with everyone they know. I can even say when this came out, I had people, or not really when it came out, but when it went really like viral, like when it had like the 7, 8, 9 million view mark, between that time, there were people that I hadn't seen or spoken to in years. There are people that didn't even know I did YouTube. There are like tons of people were like, yo, that's you. I saw this video, like my dad shared it with me, or like my brother, like people who, it doesn't make sense that they're watching the video, but that's what happens when you get just ridiculous growth on one video. People from literally all over the world end up seeing it, and it's really cool. So basically, let me give you some context behind how I made this video. So it was a pretty long video for how many views it has. Now, YouTube goes based off of two things when it calculates how much you make off a video. The first is, well, how many views did you get? Did you get a lot of views? If so, you're automatically probably gonna get more on that video than you do any other video you make that has less views. Second is how long it is. Any video you make over 10 minutes, you have the ability to manually input ads at any location in the video that you want. You can put 1, 5, 10, 15, whatever, literally as many as you want. Most people don't like that many ads, but regardless, you are able to do whatever you want. It's your jurisdiction. After you hit that 10-minute mark, you can put in one every 30 seconds if you want. I'm sure people wouldn't like that, but it's possible. So that goes a lot into the calculation of how much you'll end up making on the video. So this video was a solid 20 minutes. I remember during the time where I was making these videos, 20 minutes was my goal. I was always trying to get out and make at least a 20-minute long video. I wanted to find at least 20 minutes of solid content anywhere out there, and that would be my day's upload. And I made a lot of strides quickly with this concept. I feel like 20 minutes is the benchmark if you want to be someone who daily uploads and makes content that other people find interesting. If you want to make a solid living off of it, 20 minutes is kind of like how long you want every video to be. I don't know why 20 minutes is like the magic number, but most of the videos I have that are like pretty big hits, they're all over that 20-minute mark. So that says something. I'm not sure exactly why it is, but it's just the way it is. YouTube, strange mythological beast, and it doesn't have answers for anybody. I just try my best to guess how the system works. So basically, this video, I made it in about an hour. It was the end of a day one day. I remember exactly the whole context. I was inside my apartment, I was just chilling, and I spent the entire day like literally not doing anything, and I was like, I gotta get out and make some type of video today. Like I have to do something because I hate this feeling of being lazy. So I just strapped on my GoPro on my chest, I got on my bike, and I went out in my own neighborhood. Literally, the whole video was filmed within like 2 miles of where I lived at the time. I just went right around my apartment and explored some of the neighborhoods around there, and I spent about an hour outside filming, and literally that was it. I did that, came home, edited the video, and it was uploaded the next day. All in all, about 2 hours of work. So I'll show you guys the hourly rate, which I find really interesting when you calculate it based upon the amount of work I did to how much YouTube paid me for the video. It's a cool number. When I first uploaded it, it tanked. It got no views at all for the first like couple weeks it was on YouTube, which is the most bizarre thing to me. I'd say with the day I uploaded it and the next day it had like 20,000 views. Like no one cared about the video. Like it just was dead. Like I was like, well, that's what happens when you only get an hour to make a video. You don't get views. I thought it was like a correlation between the lack of effort and the lack of interest in the video. But I was wrong. And that changed my entire philosophy on making videos after that, but we'll get to that later. I spent next to no time on the video, but in the editing process, I made sure to make everything really tight. I had all this footage and I made sure that every couple seconds there is either some dialogue or there's some action happening. So I think it's a very watchable video from beginning to end. Even though it's a vlog, you very rarely see vlogs get that level of watch time and views. But I think it's mainly attributable to the fact that I spent a decent amount of time editing it to make it feel sharp, and that from the beginning to the end, stuff is happening, and by the time it's over, like it's over. As far as the reception to the video, I remember when I first posted it, it was like super positive. Like the like-dislike ratio was good. Now it's not, because that's kind of just what happens when your videos go viral. It gets sent to tons of people who are not your fans. They don't care about you. And they're liberal with that dislike button. They will click it en masse. If they don't actually care about what's going on in that video, they're gonna hammer it. And that's correlated. So now it's like a 10 to 15% dislike to like ratio, which I literally don't care about. Like I don't. Like when your video gets sent to all these random people, like, hey, I don't care what they think. Like, I mean, shout out to you for watching the video, but you're not one of my real fans. So it's like, you can think what you want. Hit the dislike button, I don't care. I'm already getting this, it's going viral, so what am I supposed to do? Before we go into the actual numbers and the stats and what I really want to show you guys, I just want to say, like, after this video got hella views and went viral, it completely changed my concept on what can get a lot of views. And I think this is like a big tip for a lot of the smaller channels who I'm assuming are going to be the people who are watching this, the ones who aspire to be bigger on YouTube. There's so little correlation between what you think is going to get a lot of views and what actually will. Like, just because you spend a lot of time and effort on something does not mean it's going to blow up. Like, I had that struggle so many times early on. Like, I would work my ass off in a video and I was like, this is going to be the one. Like, it's going to get a lot of views. And it would bomb and it would tank and no one would ever care, and it sunk and it just was forgotten about literally within a couple days. Having that mentality is destructive and it will not lead to progress on this platform. The way you should be thinking about it is crank out as much shit as you can. When you see something that works, try and expound upon that. And if it doesn't, don't let it bother you. Just forget about it and move on to the next thing immediately after. Like after you upload that video, just forget about it, be done with it. Get on to the next thing that you want to make. Otherwise, you're going to be so pent up on something that you wanted to make and you thought it was going to be great and that everyone would love it and nobody cares, and then it destroys you mentally and then it ruins your motivation, etc. Like you already know. Don't worry about that shit. Just worry about creating as much stuff as you possibly can every day if you're starting off and you want to get some type of traction. Because like I said, I had zero thought. There was no possibility in my mind that this video was going to do what it did, but it did. With that said, let me show you guys the actual analytics for the video itself, so I can show you how much it made and basically like how much attention this one video brought into my channel. It still to this day actually does pretty good numbers and brings me significant amount of fans, even though this isn't really the content that I make nowadays. Here and there, you know, I'll bang one of these videos out and I'll show you some other long-standing after effects of having this one video go super viral after I show you the analytics right now. All right, so first off, I'm gonna show you guys how much this video made in this year. Now keep in mind, this video was released in 2017. That wasn't even last year, that was the year before that. So I'm still making significant money on a video that I made 2 years ago. That just goes to show you the power of what happens when you get a video that's recommended very heavily. Like, it never goes away. It'll always be like this little cash crop for you, and it allows you to, you know, have more freedom to create other things that you want to make. So basically, in this year, so far in 2019, from the entire month of January to February 9th, which is 2 days ago, but it hasn't given me analytics for yesterday because that's how YouTube works. It's kind of 2 days behind usually. I've made $3,872.28 on this video that I released a year and a few months ago. So that's a significant chunk on its own. That's like rent money for a few people. That chunk of money alone could cover quite a few things for most people, even like a small family. That could be like a month or maybe 2 months worth of income on something you did over a year ago and have to do zero work on at this time in life. If that makes any sense. Maybe it doesn't, but what I'm trying to say is after you put out the video, you don't have to do anything after that. So it's basically, as Graham Stephan, great channel by the way, which you should check out, would put it, it's passive income. You don't have to do any work and it continues to make you money. So passive income on an investment that you made over a year ago, I would consider is exceptional because, you know, that's how it works. Once you post it, you don't have to do anything. Taking a look at the watch time, 5 million minutes, 5.4 million minutes just in this quarter alone. I'll show you guys the lifetime analytics in just a second so you could get the full picture of what I'm talking about here. You know, likes, dislikes, that doesn't really matter to me at all. Views, the views don't matter as much as the watch time. Big tip for those starting off on YouTube. Watch time is way bigger than views. You should be worrying about this more than you worry about this. Average view duration, 8 minutes. Obviously not anywhere close to the full 20-minute duration of the video. You can't expect most people that click on the video to watch the entire thing, but 8 minutes is still close to half, which is pretty good for watch time when it comes to a video like this, aka a vlog. Now, if this was a 20-minute video where I'm sitting and talking to the camera the entire time, would have made massively more money. That's just how it works. When you have something that encapsulates someone's intention for the entire time compared to, you know, not everybody is really interested in GoPro BMX, you make more money. To put it real simply, that's just how it works. Even to this day, I'm still gaining a decent amount of subscribers. The demographics, obviously mostly male, you know, blah, blah, blah. So that's how much I made just this year. Let's click on this button right here, and this is gonna show us how much this video has made over its entire lifetime. And I think this is really gonna surprise a lot of people. I've looked at quite a few of these videos where people talk about how much they made on viral videos, whether it's 1 million. There's a few out there that have people discuss how much they made on 10 million. But the fact that this video is a 20-minute vlog, I think substantially changed how much this affected my channel and my growth at the time. So let's go ahead and click on the lifetime button. So now we see from when I uploaded it in October 9th, 2017 to today, February 9th, 2019, we have 82 million minutes of watch time. That's pretty good. At its peak, we peaked at 6 years and 155 days worth of time watched in this video at its highest ever day. So that's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good. As far as views, 10.9 million. At its most, we peaked at 425,000 views in 1 day. That's, you know, a lot of channels make that like on the regular. So that should give you some context on how much these bigger channels make. The people who make like 2, 3, 4, 500,000 views every time they post, they're making bank. So don't let them fool you. They're making good dough. So to correlate that with how much I made on this one video on that day, it was 897 in revenue on that day where I had the most views. So anyways, overall, $39,371.19 over the entire lifetime of this one video that I made in 2 hours. Let that sink in. So if we calculate that into an hourly rate based off of the amount of work I put into the video, which is literally 2 hours, I spent an hour shooting it, an hour editing it, and then I uploaded it, that comes out to an hourly rate of $19,685.50 for riding my bike around my neighborhood. It's pretty astonishing. When you think of it that way, it really puts into perspective what is possible on YouTube and how you should never let the thing you did yesterday have jurisdiction over what you're doing today. And I think the overall message is to just grind, post as much as possible, like post as many videos as you can. You never know which one is gonna have success like this. I had no idea this was gonna happen with this one video, but when it did, I remember like just being so happy because it made me feel so free. Like finally, like I have a video where since this is doing so good, I can do other things that I want to do. And like revenue from this video, it helped me do so much, like for my family. Like I can say this video directly helped me pay for a lot of my dad's cancer treatment. Like it's liberating, you know? As far as other numbers, average view duration over the entire lifetime of it, 7 minutes, 35 seconds, not that great. You know, if that was higher, obviously it'd be more revenue, but I can't complain about that for one video. 73,000 subscribers off of this one video alone. That means everyone who watched this, click the subscribe button, which you should do too if you have not yet. Click the subscribe and the like button. So that accounts for almost 10%, well, not quite, but like a cool 8% of the entire subscribers on my channel came from this one video. It's crazy to think about. And here's the rest of the stats: 6,000 shares. A lot of shares, the way they're calculated here, not like how they are in real life. Like I remember this girl that I had talked to years ago Snapchatted me, and her dad was showing her the video and was like, hey, look at what goes on in Compton, you know? So there's a lot of real life shares that aren't calculated by this number right here, but you know. Yeah, so that's that. So as you can see though, one really interesting thing is that, like I said, when it was posted, it did really regular amounts for me when I post a vlog. 149 the first day, the next day it did 170, and then the next 2 days it really just nothing happened, and then suddenly it just shot up. This was the first day that it got like a lot of views, and then it went back down, and then it was, you know, bouncing around for a bit, and then its most viral day where I got those 400,000 in a day, 897 in that day alone. And then from there, you know, it just bounces around. It's like looking at a stock. It has its highs and its lows. When it's high, it's great. When it's not, a little bit more context. The last statistics I'm going to show you guys is how this affected my channel during that entire quarter, from when I uploaded it to the rest of that year, which is back in 2017. So we're going to go. So in this one quarter alone, after I uploaded this video, it definitely accounted for about 15 to 20% of this, but it resulted in $59,000 earned in that quarter, not including merch. On my peak in this quarter, I made $1,652 in one day based off of just views alone. So two other really positive things that came from this is that, one, it made all the other videos that I uploaded that were really similar get more views. So that meant I had like a lot of growth overall in the entire channel. Everything was getting more views. It was just positive overall. Everything was working out great. The second is that it totally changed my perspective on what it takes to be successful. It doesn't mean spending all day on one video. It doesn't mean getting a ton of cinematic shots. It doesn't mean, you know, doing a ton of stuff. It's just about focusing really hard on making something that is really core to your audience and what you think is going to be good, and putting that out and doing it over and over. Because before this one went viral, I made like 15 versions of the same video, and they just happened to not see the success. But once the one did, it made everything else worth it. So it's all about just grinding a lot. Just post a lot of stuff, make videos, see what works, see what doesn't. When you see something that people like, expound upon that and try and figure out what exactly it was that made it popular. And from there, I can almost guarantee you that you're gonna see some level of success. And if I could say there's one negative thing about this, I mean, I don't know, it's hard to complain about this, right? Like it's a blessing. It was an entire blessing from beginning to end. And if anything, it just made me want to replicate that success over and over, and it never really happened. Kind of. I have one other video that's close to 10 million, and it was based off of the same concept. Once this one hit a big number, I was like, all right, this is the formula. Like, I'm gonna start cranking these out, and it works, dude. I can't deny that it works. It definitely works to an extent, but it works. So there you have it. Those are the effects, the revenue, and everything else in between of what happens when you have a video go super viral. So I hope this inspires some of you guys to just start making as much stuff as possible. Post every day, post twice a day if you can, post 3 times a day. Like, there's no limit, there's no rule to this stuff. Like, it's all based on just arbitrary numbers and chance. It's kind of like gambling. Well, not really, but it's like the lottery. You know, you never know when you're gonna hit it big, but you're not going to unless you work a lot. And the difference between this and the lottery is it doesn't cost anything to do it, besides equipment, I guess. And two, there's no limit to how much you can do it. You can just constantly, every day, like try as many times as you can. And you never know when you're gonna hit that hit and you're gonna be good. I just realized that this wasn't working, so there's gonna be cam audio. Sorry about that. It's freaking useless ass mic, whatever. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button if you found this informative or helpful. Make sure to subscribe if you have not. Turn the bell on. Click the first link in the description. Last thing I'll mention, shameless plug, I gotta get this channel monetized so I can actually start posting to it regularly. So click the first link in the description if you wanna help me out and just watch that video all the way through to the end too. So I can finally get my watch time up on that and start uploading it more regularly. But with that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.